Hey guys, Brian with VetteSource checking in on Sunday evening, middle of November. I know a lot of you are getting ready for holidays, Thanksgiving, Black Friday, all the other good stuff. I figured tonight what I would do is bring you another Corvette part from my collection of pieces available for sale. This would actually be a 1997 to 2004 C5 Corvette speedometer, tachometer, instrument cluster display. They actually, over the 8-9 years they made the Corvette C5 from 97-04, there were, by my count, probably about 4 different iterations or versions of this cluster. This is going to be the secondary version. Your 97-98s had a non-HUD cluster, HUD being heads-up display unit, and then the 99 through 2004s had the unit that was built so that you could actually plug the HUD controller into it, which there's your connector right there for it, and then you could have HUD, so you could add a HUD system to a non-HUD equipped 97 or 98 if you so chose to. Then the other third version would have been the 2001 to 2004 Z06s. Instead of just having the Corvette and the cross flag logo here and here, they actually said Z06, and the numerals were a little bit different as far as the not the direction but the style of the numerals and such. Now you can see this is kind of a staggered setup, and then of course the fourth version of this cluster, which you really don't see unless you're here or export out of the States, is the export car cluster, which has everything in kilometers per hour versus miles per hour, which it actually, I'm trying to remember, I don't think it actually says kilometers per hour. It has the same stack up here, but your oil pressure and other things are in metric system versus the regular system for the SAE standard English measurement system. And I actually have a couple of new old stock export clusters. I'll probably pull one out in a couple of days and show you guys what those look like, just for fun. It's a little bit different. But you can see here, this is a fully contained speedometer with the stacked bezels in here. There's the Japanese company, I think Nippon Denso, makes a lot of the clusters for the new cars, and I think this is the same one. These actually had a kind of a liquid crystal light display in here that would give it kind of a bluish tint when it was on. And what you can see here is it's basically, yeah, you can see they're made in Japan. And I think this is Nippon Denso, if I remember correctly. But anyway, you've got 3 different parts to this, 4 actually. You've got your power supply right here. It actually tells you high voltage, but this is where the mileage memory module is contained inside of there. Unlike the C4 Corvettes, I did a video on one of those a few months ago that have the mileage stored in the body control module. The mileage is stored inside this module here in the back of this cluster, so that if you change clusters you can actually change this so you can get the correct mileage for your car. And then you've got your primary circuit board housing assembly right through here. You can kind of see the ribbons in there, the circuit board ribbons that contain those. And then your instrument stack up will be inside of here, inside this piece here, which this is your outer housing here, and then your plastic cover right here. So what you'll see too on the sides, when the complete bezels are installed on these cars, you'll see on the right hand side you'll see your driver information center buttons there, so it can tell you your telltale signs of what's going on with the car function wise. And then on this side here, this would be this is the 11-pin connector that's for the heads-up display. So this was a heads-up display car. This 11 wire pin connector often is bad on these, which goes bad. So this is kind of a hard to find part. But over here what you had was not an instrument cluster, but a switch that would control the HUD display, the brightness, the height of it, and you could actually page through what options you wanted to display on your HUD. So that was there, and it plugs into the side right here. And then of course your output is right there on your terminal coming out there. So as you can see, this cluster is in real good shape. This is removed from a 2001. I want to say this one has about 85,000 miles on the cluster. So it is available for sale. If you have a need for it, you can reach out to me through some of the channels or comments below. whichever way you've got to give me a ring. I usually post my phone number at the bottom in the description so you can get in touch with me, and that way I can let you know if I've still got this one available. And then what I'll do probably tomorrow is I'll probably bring you that export cluster tomorrow so you can take a look at that, and we'll see what else I got on tap. As always, guys, I do appreciate you taking the time out to watch. And if you've got anything to add to the discussion, you can always comment below, and hit the like button as well if you like what I've been doing. So we will talk to you next time. See you then.